what's been such a brilliant weekend all round. As Lewis touched upon, we had a fantastic welcome when we first arrived here in Jakarta. The parade of 20 riders with President Mr. Widodo. It was like rock stars, wasn't it? And this was all part of what we hoped was going to be a really special grid ceremony to kick off the Indonesian Grand Prix. We saw the special grid ceremony for the first time precede the Qatar Grand Prix a couple of weeks ago. It was a real nice new feature. Even though they can't go on the grid and they can't perform out on the circuit, well, the band are still going to play the Indonesian national anthem. So myself and Liz will just pause for a couple of moments. You've got to give credit to the Indonesian authorities here. They're doing everything they possibly can to keep the patient fans, the expectant fans, entertained and occupied as we continue to have this unfortunate rain delay here. The race, of course, should have been over by now. Unfortunately, we're still waiting. We'll take another quick breathe as well and soak up what hopefully is the pre-race atmosphere. This marching band. Rousing and fantastic rendition of the Indonesian national anthem. Some positive news to bring you as well. It looks like the rain just has started to ease off. Well, that made the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, didn't it? The band now playing in front of the president, Mr. Joko Widodo. The fans putting their heart and soul into that national anthem as well. What a picture that is. Great scenes here. That's why we are so desperate to give these fans the show that they came for, the show that they have been waiting for 25 years. We're 10 minutes away from what we hope will be the pit lane opening.
And this is the reason why we have the new 15-minute start procedure in place, the shorter start procedure, is if there is a window in the weather where it does ease off, they want to make the most of it. Of course, there's every chance if it does ease off that the rain could intensify once again later on. So a sensible application of the rules where if we do get a little bit of a gap in the weather where we can get a race, and it's important to capitalise on it as soon as we can.
Fans there getting the pictures that they'll cherish for many a year to come. Hopefully they'll get some pictures of MotoGP bikes being ridden in anger around this Mandalika circuit. There has been a little bit of a break in the torrential rain. Let's hope those clouds can clear off and we can get some race action coming up. You can hear the MotoGP bikes just being warmed up in the pit lane. That's got the fans cheering, and this will hopefully get us all cheering because the new schedule has just been released. There you can see on your screens. Pit lane will open as we anticipated and as we hoped at 4 p.m. local time for a race start at 4:15 local time. So about 75 minutes after we'd hoped to have the Grand Prix of Indonesia underway here.
You enjoyed the dance-off that was taking place in the grandstands. Of course, much like you guys back at home, I'm sure you'd all much rather watch motorcycles go on the racetrack and hear us talk over them. But yeah, we hopefully will be only just under 25 minutes away from the race getting underway. Pit lane then due to open in just over 8 minutes time, and that has got the crowd up on their feet.
Yeah, the local circuit announcer just confirming the news that we have just brought you sitting at home. We thank you for your patience wherever you are in the world. We know some of you, particularly in Europe, have had a pretty early start to watch the race action. You've got some strong coffee on board, and you can now enjoy what will be, of course, a shortened 20-lap Indonesian Grand Prix. You can just still see there on that camera shot, looking at that spectacular Lombok coastline. A bit of rain still falling, but nothing like what we had about a couple of hours ago almost now.
Yeah, the rain started to really get heavy around 20 minutes or so maybe following the end of the Moto2 race, which in itself had been shortened. So the riders in that race will say they're pleased that that race got shortened, which was due to the track conditions, not due to the rain. It was more due to the very hot temperatures that we've got here where they decided to shorten the race. That rain could have come just around the end of the Moto2 race, had that run to its full distance. So they will certainly be relieved on that score.
Well, we have waited 25 years for MotoGP action at the MotoGP Mandalika circuit. You can see there, Loris Capirossi and Franco Uncini, they've had a very, very busy afternoon. They're doing everything they possibly can to try and clear off any standing water that might still cause a problem. You can see in those puddles there, the rain is still falling, but it has eased off. Trust us, ladies and gentlemen, the organisation, both in MotoGP and here in Mandalika, they're doing everything they possibly can to make sure that this race does get underway at our new scheduled time, 4:15 local time.
So perhaps we can call that part of the race at the shallow end, can we, of this Pertamina Mandalika circuit. Yeah, they've been working right throughout this delay, as I mentioned. It was important to them that when the weather did break and an opportunity to get a racing did take place, that the track was immediately in a condition that they could get racing as soon as possible. We have seen, and you can see a little bit there as well, back on Saturday morning when we went out for free practice 3 in Moto 3. So Alia Bartolini really high side out to the gravel chaps, and the gravel chaps were absolutely flooded here, so hopefully they've been keeping an eye on that as well to make sure that there aren't too many puddles that the riders could fall into.
If in doubt, get the brushes out. We just had the Winter Olympics. We might have some candidates for the Great Britain curling team here, or an Indonesian curling team indeed, in the future. We've got the brooms, we've got the brushes, we've got the road sweepers doing everything we can then to get the race underway in, what is it now, 15:54 local time, so in just over 20 minutes time we should be good to go, all being well here at the Pertamina Mandalika circuit, as long as Caparossi and Franco Mancini and other Dorna representatives make sure that every aspect, every potential problem corner with standing water is cleared before the riders do head out on the circuit.
So who will see this as a big opportunity then, a wet race in MotoGP? The likes of Paul Espargaro perhaps starting down in 15th on the grid for Repsol Honda. Of course, he took his first MotoGP podium in very torrential wet conditions in Valencia. He will certainly see this as a big opportunity. Brad Binder, we mentioned, of course, he's very, very good in these conditions as well. John Zarco, Jack Miller on the Ducatis will see this as an opportunity. The big question, I suppose, will be Fabio Quartararo from pole position. Just how much has his wet weather riding come on since we last saw him at the end of last season?
So finally, we are getting the MotoGP riders and teams prepped and ready to go. They're bringing all the equipment onto the track now. We are going to start the quick start procedure. The pit lane will open very, very shortly. Thankfully, the teams are getting braced for this Grand Prix of Indonesia. Suzuki, Redding, Alex Reed. Let's quickly pop down for an update on the current conditions from Simon down in pit lane.
I'm only interrupting because, guys, it really has stopped. Like, I'm standing out here with no jacket, no umbrella, and it's almost nothing coming down now. So I think we're in luck.
Great news, Simon. Thank you very much indeed for that. Pit lane opens then in just over 4 minutes' time. And you can also see just here